Hello and welcome, womanizers of the world. Today the review of Lure Her, a pheromone based perfume. I wore this a whole month, I guess some 5 weeks right now. Just to test it. The first two and a half weeks I just wore this as my perfume, nothing else. The other days I wore it with another perfume because it has some scent, but not too much, to be honest. It's lavender-ish, but nothing like Jean-Paul Gaultier, something like that. Le Mal. Just quite plain lavender, sweetened it up perhaps a little bit, but I'm not too impressed of it. Of course, the commercials of this fragrance picture a situation in which you spray this on, and a woman just appears right out of nowhere, sits down beside you, put her nose in your neck and says, "Whoa, who are you?" Something like that. That didn't happen. So I want my money back. No, I don't need my money back. But to be honest, I'm, as you perhaps can imagine, in my workplace, quite known for all my fragrances I wear. Even though I only wear the wicker ones because I, again, work in healthcare. I didn't receive any compliments of this fragrance slash pheromone fragrance. And I think that's because it's fresh, but it is done in such a way that it's almost a little bit like a toilet refresher. Well, so I wore this mainly just like this for 3 weeks, amount of days, and eventually the last 2.5 weeks, I wore this in combination with my normal perfumes, and I have to state that it didn't lure her. I didn't even get any comments really on this attractant, as it states on the box, on the bottle. So I'm wouldn't say necessarily that I'm quite displeased with it, for I didn't had that high hopes. So long story short, it didn't work for me. I don't think it will work for you. Of course, you're free to try. I think it's quite a funny or interesting experiment, and that's why I made these videos about it. But it was dirt cheap, so I thought, it would be quite funny. What does work? That's quite interesting. My most complimented fragrance, where people honestly at work ask what I wore, was David of Zeno. Old school rose fragrance, pretty bit powdery, old school masculine rose fragrance. This one got me by far the most compliments I have gotten for any of my fragrances so far. This, and of course the Beau de Jour by Tom Ford, which is kind of a copy, I guess, from Zeno. For this one is way older, and they're pretty much alike. I made even a video comparing those two. So if you really want to lure her, I guess you should watch the review of Zeno and try this one out. It might even be discontinued. I heard some rumors about it, but I could still find it, so perhaps not. So try Zeno, and if you really think it's funny to, try those pheromone-based fragrances, you can try Lure Her. Again, it didn't make any difference on me, but it can just be my awesome face why it didn't work. So, have a nice day. Ciao.